In the U.S., chronic kidney disease has become very common, especially in older adults. Major health organizations estimate that about 1 in 7 adults has some stage of kidney disease, and many don't know it because the early stages are almost completely silent. Why is this happening? For most people, the root drivers are everyday conditions that are already common after 55. High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, insulin resistance, long-term inflammation and oxidative stress. Think of this as slow rusting inside your blood vessels and organs. These same forces that damage your heart and brain can also quietly damage your kidneys year after year. The good news? Your kidneys are not fragile glass. They are living tissue, and living tissue can often be protected, supported, and in early stages, some damage may even be slowed or partially reversed when you address those root causes. Modern research from places like the National Institutes of Health, Harvard, and major kidney foundations shows that diets rich in plant foods, antioxidants, and healthy fats are linked to better kidney outcomes, especially in earlier stages of kidney disease. These foods don't just feed you, they send signals to your cells, your blood vessels, and even your gut bacteria that can either protect your kidneys or hurt them over time. Think of food as daily medicine that quietly works in the background. The wrong foods can speed up the damage. The right foods can help calm inflammation, support your blood vessels, and ease the pressure on your kidneys. In the next part, we'll start with one of the most powerful kidney-supporting fruits, famous for its deep red color and rich in compounds that help with inflammation, oxidative stress, and even insulin resistance. You may already enjoy it in salads or juices, you just haven't been using it strategically for your kidneys yet. Let's start our kidney superfood tour with something beautiful, sweet tart, and almost jewel-like, the pomegranate. If you've ever opened a pomegranate, you know it's a little bit of work. But hidden in those tiny red seeds is a concentration of plant power that your kidneys and your heart and your blood vessels can really benefit from. Why pomegranate is more than just a pretty fruit. In the original video, pomegranate is highlighted for a special compound it's rich in, ellagic acid, a type of polyphenol. You don't have to remember that name, but think of it this way. Polyphenols are natural chemicals in plants that act like tiny bodyguards. They help calm inflammation, the low-grade fire that can damage blood vessels and organs. Reduce oxidative stress, the rusting process that harms cells over time. Support healthier blood sugar and insulin function. Some lab and animal studies suggest that ellagic acid and similar compounds can support kidney cells, help reduce injury from oxidative stress, and may even impact pathways related to aging in the kidneys.
Now, we don't yet have big long-term human trials saying eat this amount of pomegranate and your kidney disease disappears. That kind of study is very hard to do.
Yeah.
And your kidney disease disappears. That kind of study is very hard to do. But we do have human research in people with diabetes, one of the top causes of kidney disease, that shows fresh pomegranate juice can lower fasting blood sugar, improve how the pancreas produces insulin, reduce insulin resistance, meaning your body can use insulin more effectively. If you remember the slow drip we talked about in part 1, high blood sugar quietly damaging blood vessels and kidney filters over the years, anything that improves insulin resistance and sugar control is like taking pressure off the plate. Kidneys. Not just one fruit, a whole family of kidney helpers. The good news is, pomegranate isn't the only star here. Other foods rich in ellagic acid and similar polyphenols include raspberries, strawberries, cranberries, blackberries. These colorful berries bring their own toolbox of benefits. They're packed with antioxidants that protect the delicate blood vessels feeding your kidneys. They tend to be lower in sugar than many other fruits, which is important if you're watching your blood sugar or living with diabetes. They're rich in fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut, something we'll keep coming back to, because your gut and your kidneys are more connected than most people realize. Think of pomegranate and berries as a gentle daily rinse for your circulation. They help keep the inner lining of your blood vessels healthier, which supports both heart and kidney function. Red bell peppers, the colorful kidney protector. Now, let's move on to a humble vegetable you've walked past in the store 1,000 times. Red bell pepper. It may look simple, but nutritionally, it's a little powerhouse. High in vitamin C and vitamin B6. Rich in carotenoids, natural pigments like beta-carotene and lycopene. Why does this matter for your kidneys? Carotenoids are another group of plant antioxidants that can help protect your cells from oxidative damage, support healthier blood vessels, reduce the kind of inflammation that contributes to both chronic kidney disease and heart disease. Some large population studies have found that people who eat more carotenoid-rich foods tend to have lower mortality risk with chronic kidney disease, lower risk of forming certain kinds of kidney stones. Again, it's not that red bell pepper alone is a magic cure. It's that diets rich in these colorful plant pigments tend to be friendlier to your blood vessels and kidneys. And here's another big plus. Red bell peppers are relatively low in potassium, especially compared to tomatoes or orange juice, which makes them a good veggie choice, even for many people in later stages of kidney disease. But still, always check with your care team. Easy ways to add red bell pepper. Slice raw strips and enjoy them with hummus as an afternoon snack instead of chips. Dice them into omelets or scrambled eggs in the morning. Add them to stir fries, fajitas, or sheet pan roasted vegetables. Mix finely chopped red bell pepper into tuna, chicken, or chickpea salad for color and crunch. You're not just making your plate prettier, you're layering in kidney protective nutrients. Turmeric, the golden gut kidney protector. You might know turmeric as the bright yellow spice in curry or golden milk. Its key active compound is called curcumin. In people with chronic kidney disease, one of the things that drives the illness forward is a buildup of uremic toxins, substances like indoxyl sulfate and p-cresyl sulfate. These toxins are made by certain gut bacteria when they break down protein. If too many of these toxins leak across the gut wall into the bloodstream, they fuel low-grade inflammation, harm blood vessels, put extra stress on the kidneys. Curcumin has been shown in research to help in a very interesting way. It increases proteins that strengthen the tight junctions in your gut lining. Think of these like bricks in a wall. It boosts an enzyme called intestinal alkaline phosphatase, which supports gut barrier function. Together, that means curcumin may help reduce leaky gut, keeping more of those toxins inside the gut where they belong, instead of letting them spill into your blood and burden the kidneys. Some small human studies in people with kidney disease have shown that turmeric supplements can reduce markers of inflammation and may slow the usual rise of certain toxins over several months. Is turmeric a cure? No. But it's a gentle, natural tool that supports your gut barrier, your inflammation levels, and ultimately your kidneys. How to safely use turmeric. You can work turmeric into your daily life in simple ways. Sprinkle turmeric into soups, stews, or lentil dishes. Add a pinch to scrambled eggs or tofu. Make a golden drink with warm milk, dairy, or plant-based. A small amount of ground turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, which helps absorption, and a touch of cinnamon. If you're thinking about curcumin supplements, always talk with your doctor first, especially if you take blood thinners, diabetes medications, or have gallbladder issues.
Avoid megadoses unless supervised by a professional.
For most people, getting turmeric regularly through food is a safe, slow, and supportive approach. Walnuts, tiny brains that feed your good bugs. Next, let's talk about walnuts, a true kidney-supporting superfood hiding in plain sight. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, vitamin E and polyphenols, powerful antioxidants, fiber, manganese, and copper. All of these support healthier blood vessels, lower inflammation, and better cholesterol profiles. Great news for your heart and kidneys. But here's what's especially fascinating. Studies have shown that when adults follow a walnut-enriched diet, the composition of their gut bacteria changes in a positive way. Certain beneficial species become more abundant, and those changes are linked to improvements in metabolic health and inflammation. And remember, a healthier gut environment usually means fewer harmful byproducts, less inflammation, less stress on the delicate filters in your kidneys. Walnuts also seem to help with blood sugar control. Small trials have found that walnut oil or walnut intake can reduce fasting blood sugar, and HbA1c, measure of long-term glucose control, in people with type 2 diabetes. Lower, steadier blood sugars equals less damage to the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys. How many walnuts and how to use them? Walnuts are calorie-dense, so a little goes a long way. A simple, realistic target. About one small handful, roughly quarter cup or 7-10 walnut halves per day, unless your dietitian has given you different advice. Easy ways to add them. Toss walnuts onto salads with greens and red bell pepper. Sprinkle chopped walnuts on morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt with berries. Use crushed walnuts as a coating for baked fish or chicken instead of breadcrumbs. If you have advanced kidney disease and have been told to limit certain minerals like phosphorus, you'll need to check with your renal dietitian about how many nuts fit into your plan.
Garlic, the tiny bulb that fights blood pressure and inflammation. Now let's move to something very familiar, garlic.
Garlic isn't just for flavor. It has antimicrobial properties, anti-inflammatory effects, benefits for your gut microbiome, and importantly, real evidence for blood pressure support. High blood pressure is one of the main causes and accelerators of kidney damage. Several clinical trials and meta-analyses have found that garlic supplements can reduce systolic top number blood pressure by around 8 mmHg and diastolic bottom number by about 5 mmHg in people with elevated blood pressure. Those numbers may not sound huge, but even a 5-10 point reduction can significantly lower the risk of stroke, heart attack, and kidney progression over time. Garlic also appears to support healthier cholesterol levels, improve certain aspects of blood sugar control in some studies, help shape the gut microbiome in a direction that may produce fewer harmful metabolites. Using garlic in everyday meals. Good news, you don't need garlic pills to benefit. Everyday cooking can help. Crush or chop garlic and let it sit for 5-10 minutes before cooking. This lets beneficial compounds like allicin form. Use garlic in olive oil-based sautéed vegetables, soups, and stews. Make a simple garlic herb mix with parsley, lemon zest, and a bit of olive oil to spoon over fish, chicken, or steamed vegetables. If you're on blood thinners or have bleeding concerns, talk to your doctor before using high-dose garlic supplements, as they can increase bleeding risk in some people. Normal food amounts are usually safe for most. Dandelion leaves, from young to gentle kidney ally. If you grew up in the US, you probably saw dandelions as something to pull out of the lawn, not as food. But dandelion leaves have been used in traditional medicine for centuries as a mild diuretic, a substance that helps the body release extra fluid through urine. Nutritionally, dandelion leaves are an excellent source of vitamins C, K, E, and folate, a good source of soluble fiber, rich in beta-carotene and various polyphenols, plant antioxidants. Modern research, mostly in animals and lab models, has found that dandelion extracts can help protect kidney tissue from certain drug-induced injuries, reduce markers of oxidative stress and inflammation, support better overall kidney structure under toxic stress. More recent experimental work suggests dandelion leaf extract can also help lower uric acid, calm kidney inflammation, and even modulate the gut microbiota in hyperuricemia, high uric acid models. Another way of saying it may help in conditions that can hurt the kidneys. Now, this doesn't mean you should start gulping dandelion tea by the gallon. How to use dandelion safely. As a food, young dandelion leaves can be eaten like other bitter greens, lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil, or mixed into salads with milder greens. As tea, dandelion tea is popular in herbal traditions for its diuretic and digestive effects. Important cautions. If you're already on a diuretic, water pill, or medications for heart failure or blood pressure, you must talk to your doctor before adding strong herbal diuretics. Dandelion is high in vitamin K, so if you're on warfarin or another blood thinner that interacts with vitamin K, your doctor needs to know. Some people with ragweed or related allergies can also react to dandelion. Think of dandelion as a gentle add-on, not a replacement for prescribed treatments. Red cabbage, the purple shield for vessels and kidneys. Next up, red cabbage. It doesn't look fancy, it's inexpensive, yet for kidney health, it checks a lot of boxes. Red cabbage. High in fiber, helping blood sugar and cholesterol. A good source of vitamin C and vitamin A. Packed with anthocyanins, the same deep purple pigments found in blueberries and blackberries. Anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants with anti-inflammatory effects. Animal and lab studies have found that red cabbage extracts and anthocyanin-rich extracts from red cabbage can improve blood sugar and cholesterol in diabetic models, reduce oxidative stress, improve markers of kidney and liver function in diabetes-related damage, reduce vascular blood vessel inflammation. Other research on anthocyanins more broadly suggests they may help improve kidney function in diabetic kidney disease by affecting how the body handles certain amino acids and reducing inflammation. Springer link. For people with kidney concerns, red cabbage has another advantage. It's generally considered lower in potassium than many other leafy greens, which makes it a frequent choice in kidney-friendly diets, especially for those who need to limit potassium. But individual advice still matters. How to use red cabbage day to day. Raw. Thinly slice it into salads or coleslaw with a light olive oil lemon dressing instead of heavy mayo. Lightly sautéed. Cook it with garlic, a splash of vinegar, and onions for a warm side dish. Topped on bowls, sprinkle shredded red cabbage onto grain bowls, tacos, or stir-fries for crunch. A simple goal could be, add half cup of red cabbage to your plate at least a few times per week. Over months and years, that extra fiber and anthocyanin support can help your blood vessels and kidneys quietly in the background. Bok choy, a crunchy green that supports blood pressure with a big asterisk.
Finally, let's talk about bok choy, a mild, crunchy, cruciferous vegetable commonly used in Asian cooking.
Bok choy is nutrient-dense. It provides vitamins A, C, K, and several B vitamins, minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium, antioxidants that help protect the cardiovascular system. Because of this mineral mix, bok choy can be helpful for supporting healthy blood pressure. Potassium and calcium help counterbalance sodium, promoting overall heart and vessel health, which indirectly supports your kidneys as well. But here's the important part for anyone with kidney disease. Bok choy is relatively high in potassium. In many kidney diet handouts, it's listed in the high potassium vegetable group. That means it may be great for people with normal or early kidney function, but risky for those in later stages or those on dialysis who must tightly control potassium. So the message is different depending on where you are. If your kidney function is still fairly good and your doctor hasn't told you to limit potassium, bok choy can be a fantastic way to boost your veggie intake and support blood pressure. If you have advanced kidney disease or are on dialysis, you must ask your nephrologist or renal dietitian how much, if any, high potassium vegetables like bok choy you can safely eat. Easy ways to enjoy bok choy. If it's safe for you, stir fry. Sauté chopped bok choy with garlic and a little oil. Finish with a splash of low-sodium soy sauce or lemon juice. Soup. Add it to chicken or vegetable soup right at the end so it stays crisp tender. Roasted. Have baby bok choy. Drizzle with oil. Sprinkle with pepper and garlic. And roast until the leaves are just lightly browned. Try pairing bok choy with other kidney-friendly elements we've covered. Stir fry with garlic and a sprinkle of walnuts on top. Serve it alongside salmon or another fatty fish as part of a heart and kidney protective dinner.
If this video helped you feel more informed and less afraid about your kidneys, I'd love for you to.
Subscribe for more calm, science-backed guidance designed especially for life after 60. Share this video with a friend or family member who has high blood pressure, diabetes, or early kidney problems. And in the comments, tell me, which one small habit from this video will you start this week to protect your kidneys? Remember, you can't stop aging, but you can age smarter, gentler, and more intentionally. Your kidneys have carried you quietly for decades. Starting today, you can start carrying them too.